Hello, social media friends. I am Jeremy Rowland, owner of Triple R Bail Bonds, and it is Saturday, April the 25th, 2026, and it is time for Bail Bacon in America, where I talk to you about three things that I'm passionate about. That is bail, that is bacon, that is America. And then at the very end, I give you a question. And if you participate in the question, you get a chance to win $25 for yourself, $25 for your favorite philanthropy, and also some merchandise. Now, you can also sign up on our website at tripleRbailbonds.com. And if you do that, then you get a chance to win just $25. So it's very important that you comment on the video on the question that I give you, because we do this to give you the information, to give you the passion and the power so that you will know more about bail, bacon in America. And we're going to kick off this week, as we always do, with bail. I am so very, very proud of the bail industry across this nation, and I'm going to tell you why. It is because it has been a collective effort to hammer these scammers, to get these people who are liars, who are thieves, who are scamming people out of money. I have seen YouTube videos, I've seen posts, I've seen LinkedIn posts. I've even seen stuff on MeWe, if you know what that is. I think that was supposed to be the replacement of Facebook at some time. But anyway, across multiple social media platforms, TikTok, bonding industry people are talking about this scam stuff. They're trying harder and harder and harder to get the information out there that you never. I think one of the best posts I've seen was from the Mississippi Bail Association, where they actually put an AI thing, which I don't really use. But anyway, they put this AI poster out about things to look for. If it sounds too good to be true, if they're talking fast, if they're wanting you to hurry up and go get the money. Never, ever, ever, you've heard me say this, never, ever, ever pay anybody over the phone that claims to be a bondsman unless you do your due diligence. And I've given you the tips on how to be due diligent. Because I think I told you this last week, literally standing next to a client last week, and they get a phone call, unknown number, saying, hey, we can get X, Y, and Z out of jail for $500 on an ankle monitor, but you got to pay us right now. See, too good to be true. It's a scam. And I, for the state of Arkansas, as well as any other bondsman in the state, I'm sure would be happy to help you if you ever have any questions, if you think you're being scammed. Now, I've got a treat for you this week for bacon. If you bake, if you don't bake, you can do this. I, however, have the luxury of being married to a very good baker. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to go to the store. I want you to get you some chocolate chip cookie dough. And then I want you to go where the bacon is. And I want you to get you some bacon. And I want you to cook you some chocolate chip cookies with bacon in it. And then I want you to go home. And I want you to cook those. And I want you to eat those just as soon as they come out of the oven. Still a little moist, a little warm. You can let them cool off a little bit. And then you're going to send me a message. And you're going to say, Jeremy, thank you. Thank you for this tip, because it was tried. Taste tester. Approved. I think I got more jiggle in my cheeks because they were so good. Trust me on this. Chocolate chip cookies baked with bacon. Microwave your bacon, fry your bacon, however you want to do your bacon. Chop it up real good and put it in a cookie dough, mix it all up, and make you some chocolate chip cookies. Now let's move on to America. Did you know on this day, I thought it was an interesting fact, on this day in 1901, New York becomes the first state to require license plates on cars, using the owner's initials instead of numbers. So mine would have been JR or JAR. Have I ever told y'all my middle name? I don't think I ever have. But I'm going to take the opportunity right now to tell you. But you may never, ever call me this, because the only time or the only person that can use this language is my mother. And when my mother said it, two hands immediately went to the backside because I knew I was about to get something. But my middle name's Arthur. And when I heard my mother say Jeremy Arthur, I knew I was in trouble. But anyway, on this day in 1901, you had to use your initials. And here's the interesting fact. The owners had to make their own plates out of materials like wood and leather and so forth, whatever they had to do to make their own license plates. You can read more about this at history.com. That's where I normally get most of my facts. Now let's move on to the question of the week before we get to 4 winners. I posted it wrong earlier today. I said 2. It's not. It's 4. It's 4 because we missed last week because I was busy. So your question for this week is, do you think the Chicago Cubs are going to beat the Los Angeles Dodgers tonight and go 11 games in a row? I want a yes or a no. If you put yes, there's a good chance that if you need my help out of a county jail, I'll probably have you out before the ink dries. If you put no and mess up the juju, then I may make you stay in there for a while. I'll figure out a way to make you have to stay in there for a while to pay penance for going against my beloved Cubs. Speaking of the Cubs, I want you to look at what a good friend of mine bought me at a yard sale. Look at this, Joe Fortner. Look at this. Look at this right here. Now, it's not worth having on or having if you don't wear it. Looky here. Now, I'm not really one traditional to have it down like this. I would much rather flip it up because I'm telling you right now, if you see me on a golf course this summer, you're going to be able to spot me out. So your question for this week is, yes or no, are the Cubs going to beat the Dodgers tonight and have an 11-game winning streak? Now, let's get on to some money. We're going to do the wheel first. There's going to be 2 people out of this wheel. You're both going to win $25 for yourself. And we're going to spin this sucker right now in front of you. Yes, Joe Fortner, it is a nice hat. It's comfortable. And here's the great thing about it. It fits perfect around my big melon because I wear a 7 5/8 fitted hat. I've been told that's a large melon. So here's all the names that was in. We're going to spin it twice. We're going to have 2 winners, $25 each, and then we'll get on to, no, actually, the wheel wins the money, the philanthropy, and a pack of these right here. We're down to 2. So this right here gets one of these, 25 plus their philanthropy. Debbie Rose, you are the first one. Spin it again. This will be the second one. And then we will move over and find out who just won the money. And it looks like this one is going to be Melinda Goodman. I messed up her name right there. All right. So we're going to close that out. Let me turn this back around because I cannot show you the email addresses. I get in trouble for that. Go over here. Man, this hat feels so good. We had 283 entries. These people right here are going to pick 2. And we are going to have 2 $25 winners. And here they are right here. I just did it twice right there. Mr. Shane Hendricks and Ann Walls. $25 each right there. Now listen, I want y'all to enjoy the sunlight. And I want y'all to go outside. After you go to the outside, go to the store, make some chocolate chip cookies with bacon. Thank you for my hat, my good friends. Go Cubs go. Don't forget the question, yes or no, will the Cubs go 11-0? Now, I have some interesting news about Bell Bacon America as we finish up. I am thinking about moving these live videos over to my personal channel. So I'm going to share that link in the comment section. Be sure to friend me up. And I'm thinking about moving the live over to my personal channel. But anyway, it just gets bigger exposure that way because I want to always continue to do Bell Bacon America. Y'all have a great rest of your Saturday. Thank you for joining us this week because we missed last week. And I will see you next Saturday for another Bell Bacon America.